Hi everyone, it's Meenakshi Sharma here. Thank you so much for this opportunity to share this book with you. The topic of my research is elementary science teacher candidates' use of science phenomena in the classroom during instruction, and this research was conducted at a Midwestern University in the United States. The why to use science phenomena to ground instruction or to anchor science instruction, especially in the elementary grades, is that in elementary grades, students are naturally curious about the world around them, and use of science phenomena, which are observable events that are happening in the world around students, is a great way to connect the outside of the classroom to the inside of the classroom, connecting that the real world phenomena with the instructions that is happening within the classroom. And there are many examples of phenomena about like how moon phases happen, or you know how climate change is happening, why are the monarch butterfly is getting extinct. These are all natural phenomena that can be used as a way to study science concepts in the classrooms. Uh, Phenomena-based instruction engages students in sense making, and when I say sense making, what I mean is that students, when ob- observe these science natural events, are able to offer the descriptions of what they notice. They can also offer their initial explanations for why and how they think that these events are happening. They can offer their hypotheses, and all these processes engage student in making sense of what they see is happening around them. It's Teachers can use these initial explanations as a basis, or students' ideas at the as a basis to design an instruction that can help students eventually to figure out that how and why that natural event is happening in the world around them. And that's a basis for uh, creating scientifically literate citizens, because these students are going to develop much knowledge about the world around them. Phenomena based instruction is something that involves students in a true inquiry, because students are figuring out these questions about the phenomena with the use of these scientific practices. So these scientific practices are operational because students are using these practices to figure out that why something is happening and how that is happening in the natural world. So in a way, this phenomena based instruction is providing students a lot of agency, because they are the ones who are collecting evidence for why something happens in the world around them, and they are not just passively reading information and facts in the book. Student Teachers need important practices to be able to implement such an instruction, and noticing and responding to students' ideas is a very important set of practices that teachers need when using a phenomena-based instructions. They should be able to attend to what students' thinking is about these phenomena when they are posed and as they are beginning to develop understanding about them. And they should be able to interpret students' thinking about how and where they are in their understanding, and should be able to respond through the instruction by designing learning experience that eventually helps students to collect that evidence that will help them to construct explanations about how and why a natural event is happening in the world. The purpose of the study was to see how teacher candidates use science phenomena during two contexts, the science talks and the assessments. And it's important to develop the skill among teacher candidates because this is something that they should learn as a foundation during very important years of teacher preparation. We had the research was conducted in an elementary science methods course in which there were 23 teacher candidates in their senior year, and it was a semester long methods course. And the participants or the teacher candidates enacted two practices in their field placement classroom. So while they are actually taking methods course, they're also in the field placement classroom. So there is a perfect opportunity to implement what they're learning in the methods course in these classrooms, which are authentic teaching contexts for them. So they enacted three sense-making science talks within the fields, and these talks were designed based on a phenomena. And they did teach a 2-day lesson. At the end of the 2-day lesson, they implemented assessment tasks, and these assessment tasks were also phenomena based assessment tasks. So these were the two contexts in which we collected our data. So they planned these both events, and they implemented both these of events in the field placement classrooms. So the research question is how and if and how teacher candidates use science phenomena during science talks and these assessments. So in the first case, during the sense-making science talks, we had audio recordings of the science talks. So we had all three sets of recordings, sense-making 1, sense-making 2, and sense-making 3 conversations, which they carried out at different points during the semester. And then teacher candidates wrote a written reflection. They wrote an analysis about what happened in these sense-making science talks, and we also analyzed these documents created by the teacher candidates after they implemented the talks. Within these talks, we really focused on the opportunities that were created for student sense making based on the science phenomena, if that was used by the teacher candidates, and what kind of questioning is accompanied by the use of these science phenomena, and if and how these candidates are noticing and interpreting students' responses that are being generated about the phenomena. In the case of assessments, they implemented assessments at the end of the 2-day unit. They were supposed to be phenomena-based assessments, and so we analyzed the assessment item that the teacher candidate used, and we also analyzed the documents that were created by the candidates after the implement of the assessment items. And these documents were teacher candidates' analysis of students' responses to these phenomena-based assessments. So each candidate used work of 6 students to exemplify a kind of range of responses to that assessment item that they implemented. So each candidate analyzed the work of 6 students based on the assessment they implemented, which was supposed to be a phenomena-based assessment. And in these analyses, what we really focused on was if and how candidates saw that what was the evidence of student sense making. Um, some of the findings that I'm sharing here with you, uh, just kind of a few examples. One of the findings was that um, almost at least 50% of the teacher candidates were actually able to use the science phenomena for the unit. Many of them, and as you see in this slide here, 31 of them were really focused on still teaching the units as science topics and not really using science phenomena as the basis of their topic. So change in season, moon phases, change in landforms with water, they exemplified phenomena. And whereas a list of things that animals need to survive, things to do at the beach, like there were topics like these which were not translated uh, into an actual process of phenomena. So uh, so that was almost like only little bit more than 50% of the students were able to use these science phenomena. And when we tracked back these 38 teacher candidates, and it was found that at least 30 of them, 30 out of these 38 teacher candidates were able to have a productive and actual conversation with their students, where students were constructing some explanation and they were sharing some initial ideas with their teacher candidates. So at least 30 out of these 38 teacher candidates who used phenomena were able to have some extent a productive science talk with their students, which showed that the use of science phenomena uh, was potentially a great way to have students' ideas elicited, to have their observations elicited. And whereas in the case of these teacher candidates who did not use the phenomena, it was mostly an exchange of information, an exchange of facts, or list of things. Uh, One another important thing that we found out was about the sense making movement. So we really defined sense making movements as movements in which students were offering some kind of explanation to the natural event that was posed. So if it was moon phases, they were trying to offer some explanation to why moon phases happen, or they were trying to articulate in some way that how seasons are changing. So there was this kind of at least there was some exchange that talked about cause and effect relationship. And we identified 35 sense making movements within these three sense making talks, which is SM1, SM2, and SM3. And these, when we backtrack these 35 sense making movements again, we saw that these 35 sense making movements happened in the case of teacher candidates who did use science phenomena as a basis to begin their unit. In the case of assessments, there were various things that were happening. So we were hoping that just design phenomena-based assessments, and they did receive explicit learning opportunities to within the methods course on how to design these phenomena-based assessments. So we saw that many of the teacher candidates did not use any phenomena in their assessments. So these assessments were very checklist, labeling,
filling the blank kind of assessments in which